Hello, friends. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Today I'm doing a bit of a test because we've been having some issues with recording video. I don't know what has happened, but we've been recording on our iPhone, and for some reason, the video starts out okay and then it slows down. So I'll be just chatting with you for a few minutes to see if it happens again. So this video may never see the light of day. But just in case it does, that's part of the reason I'm here today. The other reason is that I'm doing updates because I obviously have not been on here for a while. Life gets a little hectic sometimes, even when you're retired. And I don't know really if I can actually call myself retired sometimes because JT and I have started our own little publishing company. We went official with Two More Books LLC back in January. And for the past about 6 months now, we've been busily working on expanding our company. And things are going well. We are, we've started a second podcast because we were doing the CC and JT Amateur Hour every Sunday. And we've been doing that for the past 4 years now, I believe. We've got over 220 episodes recorded, and we've expanded that now so that we are inviting other authors to be interviewed for that podcast. So we're going to start alternating our normal Sunday CC and JT Amateur Hour with the author interviews that we're doing. And these are any author anywhere in the country that reaches out to us at this point. So at some time in the future, if we get too many requests, we may have to slow down a little bit, but so far I think we're booked out through the end of July, maybe going into early August on that. And we also have started a second podcast with the Sierra Arts Foundation called the Nevada Author Network, and we have been posting those interviews on Wednesdays. So if you want to see any of those podcasts and learn more about local Northern Nevada authors, or if you're seeing this in other parts of the country, if you want to learn more about Nevada authors, please check out the Nevada Author Network podcasts. Those can be found at twomorebooks.com. That's TWOMOORE books.com. I apologize for the breathy nature of my delivery today. I've been recovering from a rather nasty cold or something that I got last month. So I was down for about half of May not feeling well, and JT also got sick. We've had a bit of a lingering cough, which some of that at this time of year is also allergies. I know that I do get a lot of coughing when I have allergy issues, but we were definitely sick there for at least a couple of weeks. And that took up quite a bit of May because we were just down and not feeling very energetic. But in the meantime, we've also been writing and editing, and we're working on publishing. So my book, my Virginia City Ghost Romance, was supposed to be coming out at the end of June. At this point, it's looking like it will be late July, but that is in the proofing stage right now, and I am in the probably getting close to the finalization process of getting a cover. I did have a cover, but there were some challenges with that, so I had to restart that process, and think I may have a cover just about ready to go. So sometime in the next few weeks, I should be doing a cover and title reveal, and I will be putting that on pre-sale. And that is a book with a couple in their 50s dealing with some very interesting adventures in Virginia City that may be paranormal, may be related to ghosts. So if you're interested in older main characters and ghosts and the Old West and all of those things, then definitely stay tuned because that will be coming very soon, I hope. Also, JT has 2 books in the editing queue. He will have the 3rd book of the Serving Salvation series, which we hope to release in August. And then the 3rd book in his Popular Sheriff in Nevada series is looking good for a Nevada Day release, which is October 31st. And those would both be, or I should say, all three books that we're talking about will be in 2025. So it's looking like July, August, and October for right now. And there may be a release or two in November and December. So we've been very busy with that, very busy with all of our podcasts. And I think we're having fun. But every once in a while, life keeps happening. Like I said, we were sick for a bit, and I feel I don't bounce back the way I used to. So there is a lot of resting and watching TV and reading when I feel up to it, and which is also great because I enjoy catching up on reading. And then see what else. We have some book signings coming up. So on June 28th, 2025. JT and I will be signing books at Barnes & Noble on South Virginia Street in Reno. And on July 5th, 2025, we will be signing at Art Town in the Reno Public Market in Reno. So those two are a week apart. The Barnes & Noble signing will be just JT and I, and the Art Town book signing will be a lot of local authors. So if you're in Northern Nevada, we would love to see you at either or both of those book signings. And we will continue to publicize that information. So, yeah, like I said, a lot going on. The challenges of trying to schedule everything has really taken control of our little business. And we've been very carefully trying to calendar everything that we're doing. And as I try to incorporate more of these videos into my personal posting, I will be trying better to calendar those as well to fit everything in. I also hope to write maybe a few articles, and there are just so many plans. I have the 6-book series planned for probably this year, maybe at this point finishing that one in 2027. I do have a standalone that I plan to release in October of 2026. And I have another series, long planned series that's already in the works, but I'm going to get the 6-book series, the Restless Spirits series, out of the way. And then I will move on to the one that I've kind of put on the back burner for now. So there will be a lot more books coming, 2 more books at least this year, and that is definitely a play on words based on our little publishing company. So retirement's been a lot of fun. It's not only busy, but I think it's very fulfilling, and we are definitely, I think, following our dream. So the one thing that we haven't yet achieved, which we hope to at some point, is a little bit more financial success. I think in many other ways we've been very successful, that we managed to get our company started. We're going through all the paperwork involved with that. We are working on production schedules. They're not really set in stone because I don't think even traditional publishers are able to manage to keep everything on a tight schedule based on life just happening sometimes. And in those ways, the fact that we're writing and editing and getting our covers and getting our books out to the readers is a big success. And we've had some sales this year. Oh, and I should definitely mention that we started our own little bookstore. We're using Square as a platform to sell books directly. Those are autographed copies. We have a full library available, and you can check that out by either going to carsonhume.com, or you can go directly to the bookstore at carsonhume.square.site, S-I-T-E. So that's carsonhume.square.site. And if you aren't local to Nevada and you would like an autographed copy, that would probably be the best way to do it. We'd be happy to ship it out to you, very nicely wrapped. We hope to add maybe a little bit of merch to that site sometime in the future. But as you can tell, we're already pretty booked up on what we're doing. And we're trying to not overextend ourselves too quickly. I think as we become more comfortable doing what we're doing it will allow us a little bit more freedom to add extra things here and there. But we also still want to have fun. We did take a quick trip up to Idaho at the beginning of May. I went to a conference related to my former job as an archivist with the state of Nevada, and it was nice to see a lot of my old colleagues. So we enjoyed that trip. That was JT's first time visiting Boise. That was my second. We also swung around through Oregon and stopped off in Ontario to visit Andrew Seed Company, which is the company owned by the parents of the garden vlogger I follow, Garden Answer. And this t-shirt that JT got me is actually it's a merch from their site. So if you are into gardening, I highly recommend looking up Garden Answer on YouTube. I watch their videos every day. It's a nice, relaxing, it's almost meditative for me. And I found it during lockdown or actually maybe before that, but I definitely appreciated it during lockdown because it was very relaxing. And since I've always enjoyed the idea of having property, but I definitely know at this point I'm past being able to care for anything, especially something as large as what they have, that I'm finding it a good way to get a garden fix without having to actually go out and work in the garden myself, even though I do have a few weeding chores to get done. But with everything else we're doing on our publishing side, I think that the weeding will happen when it happens, especially now that things are heating up here in Northern Nevada. We're going into the summer months. And today, just as a point of interest, as I record this, today is June 5th, 2025, which is our wedding anniversary. JT and I were married 43 years ago today. We did a podcast about that this morning, and unfortunately that video was one of the ones that was corrupted, so it's not on YouTube, but it is available on Spotify if you're interested, and you can hear a little bit more about the last 43 years and what JT and I have been up to. But we are happily enjoying our retirement together and building our little publishing empire. We hope that you are following along, and like I said, if this video sees the light of day, it is something I just threw together as a test to make sure the video on the phone is working, because otherwise we're going to need to figure something else out, because I don't know why we both suddenly had the same problem with our phones in the same week. I did see that there could be a variety of issues. It could be related to the age of the phone. It could be our Wi-Fi. It could be, too much stored in our memory, a variety of things. So we'll be playing with it for sure. But for now, I'm Cassidy Carson. This is The Life of a Writer, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.